The valedictory session will aim to convey the key thematic message how India can be on the path to becoming an entertainment hub in terms of content, marketing and distribution, and be a nerve center for the global industry by adapting to the relevant innovations critical to forming an entire ecosystem and functioning seamlessly. Of course, you recognize the person on stage, India. Thank you very much, gentlemen. It's all yours.
Well, thank you, Siddharth. You haven't done anything as yet, but thanks nevertheless. Well, a very good evening to all of you, and what a great pleasure and honor it's for me to be here. I believe there have been 2 to 3 days of great deliberations here on media and entertainment industry. You know, if you were to ask this question to yourself, what makes a nation? The answers could come varying from industries, education, transportation systems, etc., etc. But I think what truly makes a nation is character. And what all of you are associated with is something that builds character. In media and entertainment, when the large number of youth of a country are engaged in all these activities ranging from transportation, aviation, education, etc., all of them, if there's a common thread between them, is reaching out to the content put out by you, which is either entertainment or news or so on and so forth. And today, your industry has the ability to reach out to the entire world. With 1 Indian in every 6 citizens of the world, you have the ability to connect across continents, to connect across cultures, to raise revenues, to raise jobs, to exchange culture. It's a very powerful medium. And India is poised to become a global phenomenon in the media and entertainment industry. There's a lot of hard work required though. The streamlining of structure, the use of technology to enable us to become what we are, what potential we have of. All said and done, despite all the technology and the ability to reach out to most people, I think what is most important is the content. And we should be able to produce such content which, irrespective of the packaging and the marketing, it should still be able to make a foothold in any nation that we want to. We obviously have a very large audience which is keen to see and hear what you put out there. But there's also a large audience other than our own diaspora that we can target as audiences. The Middle East for one, Africa for another, and US of course. This is something that we can learn from United States, which in the last couple of decades has been able to push across, in a very subtle way, its culture across the boundaries. And perhaps it's time for us to do the same. In the Information Broadcasting Ministry, we've been working hard to improve our media units. The Prime Minister himself has been able to popularize the radio. And radio's expanding by leaps and bounds. We are about to launch the phase 3 auctions. We're starting with about 315 cities, but we'll move on to many more. perhaps in 2 years' time, we would have about 800 to 900 cities having a FM station or multiple FM stations. On the certification board side, we've decided to redo the Cinematographic Act. We've had the Justice Mudgal Committee give us their viewpoint, which got completed about a year and a half ago. And after deliberations, we've decided that we will redo the Cinematographic Act. We want to make film certification content-based. We want the certification board to be a certification board. We want to have online processing so that a filmmaker is able to see his dates, the schedule of the certification board, and apply for those dates. This entire process is going to bring in speed and transparency. We want to improve our films and television institutes. I was speaking to some of the filmmakers and they highlighted the point that the most important, or one of the most important things in a film is the script itself. And in India, people who write good script is lacking. And perhaps one of the reasons is there is no structured education towards script writing. And in Films and Television Institute, we have the various faculties there that we need to improve it. And one of the best ways to improve it is to have the film industry or the television industry partner us in the Films and Television Institute. The Information Broadcasting Ministry wants to create a center of excellence for gaming, animation, and special effects. We want this center of excellence to be a benchmark for all subsequent centers of excellence that come up later. But to do this, it's just not the government itself that can move ahead. The government can put up land, it can put up money, it can put up infrastructure. But it's only you who can give life to such an institution. We want the industry to become partner in our pursuit of setting up this center of excellence. The faculty has to be experts. The institute has to be located close to the industry. The proximity will allow the experts to come and take lectures. The students should have access to projects, internship, to jobs. And that is the only way this institution can remain a benchmark that we all are visualizing and hoping it to be. We have about 200 million houses that have television sets. We have about 160 million youth who have mobile sets. Half of them are smartphones. We have about 1 lakh newspapers. 92% of the country is covered by radio. And one amongst every world citizen, like I said earlier, is an Indian. I think with this fundamental resource, we are poised to be superpowers in media and entertainment. And now it's our ability to use this fundamental resource to the best of our abilities. As government, we would want to be interacting with different sectors amongst you to hear your issues, to hear your bottlenecks. You are the ones who face it every day. And once we hear of those bottlenecks, and once we hear of your suggestions, we would be more than keen to iron them out and make it easy for you to do business. As I said right in the beginning, you reach out to every, not just an Indian, but you have the ability to reach out to every world's citizen. and you appeal to their heart. And therefore, your content, your ability to reach, you being the ambassadors of a country is extremely critical for us, and we would like to make you even stronger and better. So thank you so much for this opportunity and wish you all the best.
Thank you very much for that, sir. I'm very happy to be sharing the stage today with a minister who, in my last few months, I have noticed has made a comprehensive and a deep approach to reach out to the entire industry and to understand the issues that we face, to understand how the government can partner with us better, and to understand how it is that we can work together to take the media and entertainment industry forward. So I thank you for that, sir. I'm just going to make a few quick remarks, and what I'll probably do is intersperse a few questions to the minister between my remarks. So we'll make this a fairly free-flowing session. It was supposed to be 10 minutes of talk from me, but I think everyone wants to hear from you today. So to start with, I'd like to take off from what the minister just said about the fact that the 20th century was considered to be the US century in terms of the soft power that they exercised on the world. Why is it that we can't look at making India the soft power of the 21st century? I just wanted to bring to your attention, and probably many of you know this subliminally but don't really realize it. There is one very strong connection between the US and India when it comes to media and entertainment. And this is a it's a pretty amazing statistic when you think about it. More than 90% of the content and the revenue in both these countries comes from local content. More than 90% of the viewership and the revenue. These are the only two countries in the world where this happens. Most other countries don't have a thriving local film industry, they don't have a thriving local television industry. So why is it that India's not been able to make the jump and go into those countries and really create a ripple there? One is obviously because of our language. The fact is that Hollywood goes out in English and US television shows go out in English, which is the most widely spoken language in the world. The other one is that they have made a concerted effort over the years to ensure that their content goes out and does this. We have a bit of a paradox in that because we've got such a thriving local content industry, we've never really had to make the effort that French cinema or Spanish cinema or the various cinemas and television and really other media schemes from around the world have had to do. We in India have been quite content with our 1.2 billion population and with the 30 million South Asian diaspora overseas. So, sir, what I just wanted to ask you was about, do you think there is an opportunity for us to be able to leverage the soft power that we have as a nation, which is not really commensurate to the scale of the media and entertainment business at this point of time, but could be in the future? And is there something that we can work together with the government to be able to take that thought forward?
Siddharth,